Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi stresses the importance of reaching an immediate ceasefire. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi extends his congratulations to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on his victory in the presidential election. And Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati stresses that Egypt will not compromise on preserving its waters' rights. You're now watching the latest updates in Egypt on Qnews. Moving on to the latest developments. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has stressed the importance of concerted efforts to reach an immediate ceasefire to prevent the region from sliding into a large-scale regional war. President al-Sisi also highlighted the importance of establishing a sovereign Palestinian state on the June 4, 1967 borders as the cornerstone for achieving stability in the Middle East. During a press conference with his Estonian counterpart, Karis, President Sisi added that talks discussed many regional and international issues, most notably Libya, Syria, Sudan, Yemen, Red Sea security, the Russian-Ukraine conflict, and the food and energy security files. The Estonian president stressed the importance of establishing strong relations with Egypt as one of the main goals of his visit to strengthen the relationship between both countries. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has extended his congratulations to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on his victory in the presidential election, expressing his hope for the promotion of peace and the preservation of regional stability. In a statement on his official account, President Sisi emphasized his eagerness to strengthen the strategic partnership between Egypt and the United States and the peoples, especially in light of the critical circumstances the world is currently facing. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdulati, has stressed that Egypt will not compromise on preserving the water rights during a joint press conference with his Dutch counterpart, Casper Wilkamp. Minister Abdulati added that there is an agreement on developing relations between Egypt and the Netherlands, pointing to cooperation in many sectors such as food security and logistics, as Netherlands owns the port of Rotterdam, which is one of the largest global ports. He added that Egypt believes in the right of the Nile Basin countries to develop, but that Ethiopia must believe in Egypt's rights to preserve its water security. Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati has confirmed Egypt's readiness to support Cameroon in health sectors, especially in the field of combating the C virus. During his meeting with the Cameroon Foreign Minister during a press conference with his Cameroon counterpart, Logun has explained that the Egyptian experience to combat the hepatitis C virus is one of the leading experiences in the world, as Egypt has succeeded in achieving remarkable results in this field. Lieutenant General Abdelmajid Sakr, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and the Minister of Defense and Military Production, has witnessed the implementation of the main phase of Tactical Command Centers project for the Central Military Region. The event was attended by Lieutenant General Ahmed Khalifa, the leaders of the main branches, and several senior armed forces leaders. The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces conveyed President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's greetings and appreciation to the personnel of the Central Military Region. He also engaged with several projects participants discussing how to effectively carry out their tasks and make optimal decisions to address any unforeseen challenges during operations. The Sudanese Foreign Minister Ali Youssef al-Sharif has stressed that Sudan's relations with Egypt are the most important for his country abroad, noting that there is ongoing coordination between Cairo and Khartoum to resolve the Sudanese crisis. The Sudanese minister stated that the war taking place in Sudan will end with the victory of the Sudanese armed forces within the next 2 or 3 months, highlighting that the Sudanese armed forces receive popular support internally and from allies. The EU Special Representative for Human Rights, Olive Skog, has commended Egypt's commitment to setting a significant human rights agenda and the work done to modernize detention centers to meet international standards. In a statement following his visit to Egypt, Skog has stressed that the EU's readiness to support Egypt's efforts to ensure that human rights supports ongoing legislative process, explaining that he encouraged meaningful consultations with all stakeholders. Minister of Housing Sharif Shourbagi has confirmed that the ministry is fully prepared to offer support and share expertise with the Syrian counterparts, noting that Egypt's construction companies have the capability to execute various projects for the Syrian people. In a meeting with Syria's Minister of Public Works and Housing, Hamza Ali, the Egyptian minister has discussed ways to strengthen bilateral cooperation. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the third day of the 12th edition of the World Urban Forum. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has stated that Egypt boasts the world's most successful experience in developing new cities, which have helped accommodate the country's population growth. In a press conference at the cabinet headquarters, Prime Minister Madbouli explained that the second phase of the Presidential Decent Life Initiative has begun, several new projects underway. He also announced that the state will reveal the updated offerings program and its new format before the end of the month. The cabinet has approved the draft of the new labor law, incorporating feedback from several ministries during the meeting. This will contribute to its rapid preparation and submission to the Parliament. In this regard, it was noted that the Ministry of Labour has taken measures including holding meetings, forums and sessions for community dialogue and consultation on various provisions of the law with the involvement of both local and international stakeholders. Egypt has said it expects the number of tourism to reach about 15.3 million by the end of the year, an increase of 5% over the previous year. This is the highest level ever after the number of tourists arriving last year recorded its highest level in the history of Egyptian tourism of 14.91 million, despite the tensions witnessed by the region in the last 3 months of 2020. As for economic news, Prime Minister Mustafa Al-Madhi has said that the external and total debt increased to 89%. He added that Egypt's credit rating was raised by the International Fitch Agency, which confirmed that Egypt is on the right track and has succeeded in having a flexible exchange rate. In a press conference at the cabinet headquarters, the Prime Minister stated that the government's program with the International Monetary Fund is an Egyptian program developed by Egypt, adding that the President's directives are to review the program in light of the developments that have occurred. The Central Bank of Egypt has announced that net foreign reserves reached $46.94 billion by the end of October 2024, up from approximately $46.74 billion at the end of September 2024, marking an increase of around $200 million. Egypt imports an average of $7 billion per month in goods and products from abroad, annual total estimated at more than $70 billion. Therefore, the current average of foreign exchange reserves covers about 9 months of Egypt's commodity imports. Egypt has launched its green urbanization strategy at the 12th session in World Urban Forum. Minister of Planning, Economic Development and International Cooperation, Rania Al-Mashat, announced that government is working to increase the percentage of green projects in the investment plan and implement many programs with international partners to enhance urban sustainability. Egyptian ministers of agriculture and industry have signed a document for the second phase of the Egyptian cotton project with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, the UNIDO. Minister of Industry and Transport Kamel Al-Wazir, Minister of Agriculture and Land Reclamation Ala Farouk, and UNIDO's regional office hub representative in Egypt, Patrick John Galbert, have signed the document. The project's second phase aims to enhance the Egyptian cotton value chain's environmental, economic, and social sustainability by strengthening cotton producers' economic, social, and environmental performance and supporting institutions. The second round of the Nile League Championship for the new season 2024-2025 will kick off tomorrow with 3 strong matches between Ghazl Al Mahalla and Tala'a Al Geish, Al Ittihad and Haras Al Hudud, and Ahli against Zed. All matches of the new edition of the Egyptian League will be held between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m., while the matches of the round 17 will be held at 9 p.m. Ahli player Hussein Al Shahat's goal won the award for the best goal in the first round of the 2024-2025 Nile League, which he scored against Ceramica by public vote on the official page of the club's association. The coach of Ahli club, led by the Swiss Marcel Kohler, is preparing to face ZFC at Al Maqawloon Al Arab Stadium in the second round of the Egyptian League competition. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here is what we've been covering. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi stresses the importance of reaching an immediate ceasefire. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi extends his congratulations to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on his victory in the presidential election. And Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati stresses Egypt will not compromise on preserving its water rights. This brings us to the end of our bulletin. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok at Qnews EGY for latest developments. Thanks for watching.